But let's get more on that story now. I'm joined by our Washington correspondent, Kevin McAleese, for the latest. Kevin, a very good morning. Well, good evening to you on your side there. From what we're hearing, what we're reading, it's been a quieter third night of protests. Is that correct?
I think if Monday things were at boiling point, Tuesday they were simmering. Tonight in the United States, they've really calmed down, especially at the heart of this protest and the rioting in Ferguson, Missouri. Last check, reports of perhaps a few dozen protesters standing out there in the snow and the freezing cold conditions. It's Thanksgiving Eve here, so we've got a US holiday tomorrow. That may have sort of diffused the situation slightly and may have sort of chipped away at the appetite for this protest, although we did have 48 hours of some very violent scenes, buildings burned down, cars overturned, looting and rioting, tear gas filling the air in Ferguson, Missouri. But it seems that perhaps while the issue and the underlying issues surrounding the events of Michael Brown's death back in August the 9th aren't going to go away anytime soon, the protests themselves seem to be losing steam.
Kevin, we've also seen that, like we've just reported, that these protests have spread now beyond the US. We're seeing protests in the UK. Do we know sort of what Michael Brown's parents have been saying about the protests? What are they saying? Are they spurring people on? Are they saying, listen, maybe it's time to quieten down? What's been the word from them? His mother has been speaking out a bit this week as well.
That's right. The mother of Michael Brown, obviously devastated by that grand jury decision. There was an emotional scene, her atop a car, when she heard that news, surrounded by protesters, a sea of protesters in Ferguson. She was reduced to tears. As for the father of Michael Brown, well, he has been calling for calm and peace. His words were reiterated by the US president over the last few days. As well. What does she make of the protest movement? Well, they're obviously supporting it, but they describe the situation as one of being destroyed by what has happened here. They don't believe that justice has been served. They do not agree with the findings of the grand jury, and nor do their legal team.